Good morning. Good morning, YouTube. I'm just now trying to get set up, but I figured I'd come and do a live chat with you guys just to see if anyone would show up. But we'll give it a few minutes. I know I'm not a popular man, but we'll get here on YouTube on my other one and see if anyone shows up. So I'm trying to, I don't know how I would do that. Probably my channel. I'm trying to hook up my computer and also my cell phone. Yeah, I've got it here. I think I got it. Well, anyway, on my other one, and see if anyone shows up. So I'm trying to. How do that? I'm trying to hook up my computer. Is anyone here? And also my cell phone. Yeah, I've got it here. I think I might have to mute it though. Good morning, Bailey. How are you, my friend? Be sure to sign on if you all come and show up. I want to know that you're here. I see that there's 5 of you. 6 now. So I'm glad everyone has time this morning to sit and chat. But yeah, I'm an overthinker, just like my YouTube channel is stating here. I like to be a problem solver. I don't know if I could just do the problem solving, like learning how to use a computer, I would be great. But I'm extremely challenged in that area. So my specialty is trying to fix the world and the world troubles. But you know how that goes. That's impossible. I think that's why it challenges me so much. It's almost a losing battle. I'm doing great. I really am. Best I could be anyway. It's been pretty tough the last few, weeks anyway. Hi, Sainik. Good evening. Where are you from? Of course, I always think the world runs around my time. I'm Eastern time in Florida. So it's, you must be over like around Australia or something. Yeah, it's probably about coming up in your evening dinner time area. Yeah, well, we can't even hold hands together doing anything simple like walking down the street without tripping over each other. good, good analogy though, Bailey. Unfortunately, they're. I mean, it's hard to even handle your own family at times. If you know what I'm talking about. That's one of the things that I sort of got a little upset with, with my family. See, I'm a divided family. My girls are all Democrats, and me and my son are Republican. And believe me, we have 2 totally different theories and the way to look at it. But every time seems like something comes up politically lately, we just seem to beat each other up quite a bit, on throwing our opinions around. And after I was just sitting silent yesterday, I was just sitting silent and they were at it, and I'm like, finally come to realize, I just said, hey, stop. And I told him, I said, I said, what we realize as families and friends, we don't realize the damage that we do. The way the world has trained and is training us now with all the fake news and all the nonsense that goes on in this world, is they're trying to pit each other against each other. And is trying to drive a stake in a division between us. And we even allow that to even come into our homes, into our families, into our own personal relationships. And I believe this is something that we need to start trying to train and teach people to be aware of that, and to stop doing that. Because what happens is, you take, let's just take a hypothetical, like let's say you get a freshly new married couple. They get married. They're all googly eyed and live in love and everything else. And then all of a sudden, after a few weeks or a few months of being married, you start getting some of the pressures of life. And then all of a sudden, not only do you get the pressures of life, you start, one of them will do something stupid, let's say, that you don't agree with. And you might not even say anything, but, instantly you start to think, wow, what an idiot, in your own mind, or wow, she's a bitch today. I mean, we all do that from time to time. That's just how we are humanly. But what that does is, see, that starts a driven stake. After many years of thinking about it and the way relationships are, and seeing how mine's crumbled, and the repairs that I've had to do to try to repair it, and on, and problems with my kids and their relationships, and the same thing. What I've come to realize is it's a very precious vessel. When you start having those relationship issues with each other, and that's something that we need to protect 1,000%. The very second that we start having those kind of thoughts with each other, even just playing around, it's dangerous. Because when we start playing around with each other, and trying to dominate each other in the way we think and the way we view things in the world, and we are all so wanting to be right all the time. We try to push that on each other and try to stuff it down each other's throat. And that actually does damage. You don't realize how much damage. And the thing is, it's over time, over time, over time. Eventually, after 20, 30 years of doing this kind of thinking and thoughts and actions, what we do is we end up driving a stake in, between us, and that we can't repair. Because it's almost, yeah, you might be married, or you might be in love, per se, but you literally hate each other. You're so critical of each other's faults at that time, that you don't have a chance to, or a need to